she's going to capture the first wickets.
Look at how we're shaping up on open. Pull up the screen for you, up about 0.5%. I mean, clearly at some level also perhaps the FM's commentary playing in here. I want to pull up real estate first and foremost and just see how we're faring there. But the Sensex and Nifty definitely looking better today than last couple of sessions. Advances also in sync. DLF up 3%. On the back of that realty booster shot, so is Godrej Properties and Oberoi Realty as well. So that's clearly playing out on some of those real estate names this morning. Let's pull up some of the other earnings impact as well. We've got, again, Indiabulls Housing, of course. These are all stocks to do with the real estate and the booster shot. Tata Steel's just done marginally right now. Cipla also just a marginal impact coming in. Sun ahead of earnings, marginally lower. UPL marginally higher, so not much happening there. Lupin continues to trend downwards on earnings this morning. Other than that, we've got a whole host of other stocks as well that we're keeping an eye on. Let's pull up SBI as well. I'm just curious to see how that one's shaping up as well. This morning, just up about 1% or so. And some of the auto names, just to see whether we're maintaining an up move or we're seeing a bit of a pause coming in there. Let's take a look at Maruti as well, on the back of that commentary coming in from RC Bhargav. And then we'll also take a look at some of the broader market stocks like a Manappuram, Avas on the back of some of those earnings as well. Maruti just about flat, Manappuram just a slight impact there. So clearly this morning we've got some of those real estate stocks in focus, and that's really where the attention lies today, as expected. Back to you.
It's on a tear. We came out with numbers 6% higher, 231 rupees. So markets are chugging along very smartly. NBFCs, real estate related businesses, whether it's an NBFC or real estate company, markets think that the worst for the real estate sector is behind. I don't think that's a very logical interpretation. What the government move will done is that will stroke demand back in some HFCs, and stuck home buyers will get hopefully their houses back, or will get their delivery in next 12 months, 18 months. But this is no way a new trend reversal for the Indian real estate sector, where demand is low and supply is immense. That's my 2 bit on real estate sector. But markets are markets. They will always overreact in the short term, and that is the reason why anything which has got to do with any company which has got a exposure, presence, or a business activity in real estate, whether it's NBFC or a real estate company, I think that those stocks today are on a tear. Look at NBCC, because the view is, and that's my bet, that NBCC may be this government-nominated agency which may be asked to complete construction for some of these stuck loans or stuck houses. That explains why NBCC today is a 14.5%. We'll try and patch.
That, in fact, you've got L&T Housing Finance, Piramal Enterprises, which has jumped up, Nikunja, 5.5%. LIC Housing is holding out, and Indiabulls, like you rightly mentioned as well, is looking good. So the entire cluster of all related names and all related parties, because of the booster given by the finance minister just yesterday, they're all holding up.
Yeah, I think you may see some rub-off effect in banks, maybe an odd SBI. Yes Bank, some of the banks where the real estate exposure is very large and where real estate exposure has already gone through that NCLT pain per se. So, you'll have to take a deep dive to come with a very specific kind of an answer. I don't have a specific answer, but if you're trying to really understand that why NBCC India is moving higher, it's a government PSU in the construction business. Government has used NBCC in the past to get some of the NCLT stroke, some of those complete some of the defunct projects where builders have gone belly up. So the view in the market is that NBCC or that company may be instructed, or NBCC could be the nodal agency which could complete the construction work for some of these stuck projects. That's what I think. That is one reason, according to me, why NBCC today is a 14.5%.